Hey everyone! So today's video is going to be something from my personal experience that I deal with every day, if I want it or don't want it, because it's going to be 2 years in September that I've been diagnosed with vertigo. And till this day, nobody knows if it's a cervical vertigo or a Meniere disease vertigo, but I do get vertigo attacks that sometimes I'm completely not able to do anything, get out of bed, walk by myself, and it has completely changed and limited my life. I used to be really active, doing a lot of, gym exercising and running and all this rollerblading, and now, like, sometimes I feel good and I go and I do more than I should because I'm not in so much in shape anymore. I do more than I should, and then my vertigo comes back, and then I'm all sad and cannot do anything again. And it has really changed my life and what I used to do. And it took me a long time to find out how to make my life at least a little bit better, and I would like to share some tips with you. Maybe it can help somebody who deals with same issues or has any other chronic illness that they have no cure for. But yeah, well, I wrote down some points that I want to say that I think are important in dealing with a chronic illness, and mostly for you to accept and learn how to live beyond your illness, because sometimes it's easy to let the new illness to define who you are, but just because you cannot do something that you did before doesn't mean that you lose who you are and what you enjoy. One of the points that I wrote down, one of the first points, is to be patient, because it's really, when you're going through the phase of diagnosing the illness that you have, it's sometimes really lengthy. I get my symptoms first in August, and I think I did not get my diagnosis till I went to the doctors in September, but then I went through so many different uh, screenings that I don't think I had a final diagnosis till like November. So all this time I had no idea what was wrong with me, and it brought up a lot of anxiety that I didn't have anxiety before, but during this period I was so stressed from what the hell is going on with me, like what's wrong, I don't know, why do I feel the way I feel. I didn't feel like this before. Nobody knows what it is. Like, did I get a brain tumor? I just had no idea, because I had through, MRI and CT scans and neurologists and physical therapies and just all these doctors, and it was just guessing. Like, I never knew, oh, I'm gonna go here and this doctor will give me the diagnosis. No, it was just they had no idea why I feel the way I feel and why I cannot walk by myself at the age of 19. So that was a really hard time, and I did not know back then that I need to be patient, because I wanted to know what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. That I think I brought a lot of anxiety on myself that I didn't have to. And it's important to realize that you are going to feel better. This is only temporary. The doctors are going to help you. So when you're going through all these screenings and doctor visits, you need to keep in mind that this stage is only temporary. You're going through all of this so they can help you and you can feel a little bit better. You can live your life a little bit more independently, and they can give you medications that make you feel better. So even though it's really, really frustrating time, just be patient and it's gonna get better. Then another point that I wrote down is to educate yourself. And now I don't mean go to WebMD or how's that called, like where you look up all your symptoms and it tells you, oh, you have this, you have this. No, don't do that, because that's gonna stress you even more. What I mean by that is to, when you have your diagnosis, look up different forums that have information about your disease, and there's many other people who have the same symptoms, because I remember that at some time I just felt like, oh, there's nobody who can understand how I feel, because the doctors, well, they don't deal with my vertigo that often. They don't even, they said it is that, but they don't know. And they also say, oh, we don't know if it's gonna get better or if it's gonna get worse. We don't know, because it's not something we deal with so often. So when you have this rare illness, and you rarely find somebody near you that has the same experience, so you can feel like, oh, nobody understands me, nobody knows what I'm going through. So that's when I, looked up online and looked at my symptoms, but with the diagnosis, so I could find some forums about people talking about their struggle, what they're going through, and I could finally relate to somebody who goes through the same experiences as I do, and it just made me feel a little bit more relieved inside because I didn't feel so lonely in it. And also, another thing, I thought about it, I didn't get to because um, I want at some point I just felt so alone with it. I wanted to look up some support groups. There are different, like if you have diabetes, there's some diabetes support groups in your area, or heart disease support groups. I tried to look up a support group for a vertigo, but I didn't find anything active in my area. Like there were some groups, but they were not active at the time when I was looking. But anyways, like if you feel like you need somebody to talk to, like in a real life about your illness, then go ahead and look if there's any support club or group in your area, and go talk about how you feel and what your experience with these illnesses, and you get to share your experience with other people who experience the same thing. So it's like a more advanced option for just looking it online in like discussion threads. Another point that I wrote down is to do not let your illness define who you are, which it was really hard for me from the beginning because I just knew this person that I once was before, like all that I used to do, all that I could do, and then this new me who like could hardly concentrate, couldn't walk, couldn't like at some point it was so bad I couldn't read. Like I remember I was sitting in the restaurant with my cousin and I was looking at the menu and I just had the vertigo was so bad I just couldn't put the words together. So I just had like this really active happy person and then this. And for a long time I let the illness to be who I am. But through realizing that I do not want to let this illness to take who I am, I had to learn how to accept. Another point is acceptance. You need to accept this new you, but don't let this be all you are. If you like to exercise, find any other options, like how can you exercise with your illness to improve how you feel and to still do what you enjoy. Because I know it's really hard because you feel like you're giving up on everything that you've ever done and who you've ever been, but at the same time you need to continue doing the things that you enjoy, because if you don't and you just let the illness take you, then you can become depressed and frustrated with all the things that you cannot do. And instead of looking what you cannot do, just find an alternative to do what you love even through your illness. Another thing, sometimes your friends and family, they would not understand you. Like you can tell them what's your problems, they go to the doctors with you, they see that you're struggling through day to day, but they don't know how to help you. And it gets sometimes so frustrating that my friends, like they said some things that they did not mean to hurt me, but it hurt me. Like I would have a period of time when I couldn't really hang out or go drinking because I'm already dizzy. So if I drink a lot and get even more dizzy, like then it just doesn't work like that. So I wouldn't go out to parties with them that much. I wouldn't hang out that much because if I would get so dizzy when I walked that I couldn't walk by myself, and then like asking them all the time, like, can I hold on you? That's stupid, right? So I had this period of time when it was really hard and I couldn't really engage myself with them. And then I had this another period when I felt better. So I went out with my friends, I had a couple of drinks, we, went dancing or whatever, and they're like, oh, you're finally back, like, you've been acting so weird for so long. And I wasn't acting weird, like, I do have some illness that I'm trying to learn how to live with. And just, if somebody says something like this to you and you know that they're really your friend, but they don't understand you, don't get mad. I know it's hard, but they're still like, maybe just sit them down, explain what your issues are and how they can help you to get through it if you have these low times. And for them, they can also feel pushed away, that you don't want to hang out with them even though like you want to, but you physically can't. So it's just important to talk about what you're going through with your loved ones, so then they understand, they don't get mad, you don't get mad, and communication is the key. And another point I wrote down, maybe the last one, is to like learn to love the new you. I'm struggling with that because you try, you have this idea of who you were, and then there's this, and even when you work on yourself, you're still not catching up to your previous you, which is really hard when you're 21 years old, like all your life is ahead of you, but you feel like all of it has already passed. I don't know. Um, it's just really hard to accept. It's really hard, but like you need to accept that this is who you are, and you only go on from there. Like you cannot go back to who you used to be and do all of that. um, just slowly build up to the new you. Don't expect your body to do what it once used to do before the illness, because that's gonna make you more exhausted and that can make your symptoms worse. So just take it easy, build up on what you have. Try not to, I know it's really hard, but try not to look back into the things that you once were able to do and now you're not, because it's gonna make you sad and grieving about the times when you were healthy, which it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy to accept from your body something that it cannot do right now. But if you build up, take some time off. If you take some time off of doing anything if you need to, and then slowly build up and get used to the new pace of things that you can do now. So yeah, that's probably all that I wanted to say. I hope that it helped somebody. Or if you need to ask something, write down a comment. You can reach out to me. I'll happily answer. I know this is a constant battle, and every day sometimes seems like it's not gonna get better, but it will, because one day you wake up and everything will feel at least a little bit better. And then there's days when you wake up and you're gonna feel bad, but it's about the balance. Just accept the current condition that you're in and learn how to live through it. And we're all strong human beings, and we can all push through it. So if you like this video, like, wait, like down there, like, subscribe to me. I might do more health related videos. I don't know. It's always a hard topic to talk about, because you don't want to feel, you don't want people to pity for you, but it's important to be open about your condition and what you're going through. So yeah, subscribe, like button, write any comments, I'll happily answer. And hope this video helped you, and I'll see you with the next video. Bye!